In this lesson, I want to give you a quick intro into a couple of the services that we're going to be exploring in this section. So firstly, we have the simple notification service. So this is all about sending notifications, and you can use this just like the next service we'll talk about, SQS, for loose coupling. And what that means is you can decouple your applications. So you might have a publisher, which could be an application, and it needs to send some information to another application component, and that's what you call a subscriber. So on the left you've got the publisher, and on the right you have the subscriber. The subscriber wants to receive messages from the publisher. So Amazon SNS is in the middle here, and you create something called a topic, and the topic will then deliver the message to the subscribers. So you can use it for fanning out as well. A publisher can send one message, and then that can be received by multiple instances of an application or different application endpoints as well. And it does so through various transport protocols. So those can be application specific, or they can be HTTP or email or SMS. So there's a few different ways that you can get your information to your subscriber. So this is known as decoupling because you are separating out your application components. They're not talking directly to each other. SNS is taking care of it. Next up, we got the simple queue service. So we looked again earlier in the course when we were looking at some of the concepts about decoupling, and we talked about message queues. So the simple queue service is AWS's message queue. So you'll remember from earlier on, in a direct integration, your instances would be talking directly to each other. In a decoupled integration, EC2 instances would poll a queue, and they try and pick up some messages. So the messages get put in the queue by one application component and then picked up by another. And the great thing about that is it means that your application components, your web tier, maybe in your app tier, can scale independently, and they don't have that dependency on each other because the app tier can process the messages whenever it's ready. It doesn't have to receive them immediately from the web tier, and that could end up meaning it gets overloaded. So that's another form of decoupling. And what we'll do in the rest of this section is we're going to go into a couple of lab exercises where you can see this stuff in action.